All right guys, so today we have full body. I set this up in the Tone and Tighten plan to do full body on Mondays because full body is gonna be the one that probably takes the longest, has the most exercises. So I thought it was just a great way to start the week. But of course you can put this in wherever you want. So all the full body workouts have only 5 exercises, but they're all, or most of them, are compound exercises, and that just means that you're doing like 2 exercises together. So it really maximizes time and allows you to work more than one muscle group at a time. That's kind of how it's set up, but you can split it up if you need to. So if you're just getting started and that's too much, completely okay. You can focus on just one thing or the other. I'm going to go through and do 3 rounds, and I'm going to show you how to start off with the most simple way to do it for those that are just getting started with this, the most modified way, and then how to make it a little bit more challenging in the 2nd and the 3rd round. So that's kind of how we'll go through it. So all you need for this workout is a pair of dumbbells, or 2 if you have like a light and a heavy, that's fine. If not, that's fine as well. And then a towel or mat or something that you can lay down on. I'm also going to use a chair for one of the modified ones, and then for one of the more advanced I'm going to bring in the stability ball, but you don't have to do that. If you don't have those things, no worries at all. Okay, so our first exercise is chest press with bridge. I'm actually going to just do the chest press part for the first round, and then I'll show you how to add in the bridge later. So chest press is just a push-up, but you are laying down and you're pushing the weights away from you. So it's important that when you come down, you want the elbow to drop below the shoulder. So we don't want to make a T, we actually want to make more like an upside down V with our arms and really keep our shoulders down and back when we do this. And then we'll just stop when we get to about 90 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that. If you have a lighter and a heavier pair, since this is such a big muscle group and we're also working the triceps with this, I would recommend going with the heavier weights. But again, if you're just getting started and you want to try it with the light weights first, that's completely okay. So I'm going to grab my 10s here, and we're just going to lay down on the ground. Of course, if you had a bench, you could use that. And we're going to start up with the weights. Palms are facing my feet, and my wrists or the dumbbells are right over my shoulder. And then I'm just going to slowly lower down to about 90 degrees, keeping the wrists nice and straight, and then push back up. So when I come up, I'm keeping some space between the dumbbells. I'm not letting them cling together. That keeps the muscle engaged as I go through this. And then again, stopping at 90 degrees at the bottom. So nice, slow, controlled, nice. You don't want to grip the weights too hard. You don't have to white knuckle it. And really thinking about pushing up with the chest. So again, notice that my elbows are staying down more towards my ribs than coming up towards my ears. And we just do about 10 to 15 of those. I don't know what number this is, but we'll do 3 more. Nice, slow, controlled. Let the muscle do the work, not momentum or gravity. All right, last one. Good, nice and slow, lower those down, and done, perfect. Okay, so hopefully you felt that a little bit through here or through here. The next one is squat with overhead press. So for this first round, I'm actually going to use a chair and do a chair squat into an overhead press. And for this one, we'll definitely want to use our lighter weights. So let me get that set up. So grab this chair. And my lighter weights. So with the chair squats, what we're going to do is we're going to have our feet out about hips width apart, and I'm going to focus on really pushing up with my heels. I'm going to hold the dumbbells. Let me show you really quick. So an overhead press, we're just starting with the dumbbells and we're pressing them right up over our head. It's actually very much like a chest press, except for instead of pushing out, we're pushing up. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to stand and press, and then nice slow sit back into the chair and then press. So when I come up, I'm going to focus on pulling my abs in, and then when I bring the dumbbells down, my elbows are facing out, and again I'm making like a 90-degree angle. Really sit back in that chair so that the knees don't do the work. We want to force the booty to do the work. Let's do 5 more of these. Nice, slow, controlled. Now, of course, you don't have to use the chair. We'll do that next. 1 more. Good. So that's one of my favorite full body exercises because you're working everything. You're working the glutes and the quads and the shoulders, core. So it's a good one. Okay. The next one we have is bent over rows. So let me actually grab the chair again. And actually for starting off, I'm going to use the back of the chair. So for a row, what this is doing is it's working these muscles in the upper back. These are actually the biggest muscles in the upper body. So again, I would go with a heavier weight here if you can. But the key is we want to be parallel to the ground as much as possible. And then we're going to row up and we're going to squeeze here. So the elbow stays tucked in and we don't have to go real high. We'll keep that shoulder down and back and focus here. So you're just going to use a chair or something, a counter is fine. Get as parallel as you can and then pull up and squeeze. We'll do about 10 per side here. Eight, 9, 10. For this next one, I'm going to do it facing this way so you can see how my arm stays really close, or at least I'm going to do the first few. My arm's staying really close to my body. I don't have it popping out here. I'm just rolling it straight up. Got 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right, so that's bent over rows. The next one we have is lean backs with bicep curls. So I'm just going to do the bicep curls for this first round, and I would start with lighter weight. So for this one, we're just going to stand tall, belly button in towards the spine. We want the shoulder, or I'm sorry, the elbow to be right below the shoulder. We're going to start with the weights just above the thighs and then curl up. You don't come all the way up. You're just going to come a little bit past your chest. If we come too high up, we do this and then we engage the shoulder more than the bicep. So it's just nice, slow, controlled. If this feels too challenging, you can always alternate like this. But again, just nice. You don't have to white knuckle it. So I don't want to say a loose grip on the dumbbells. I don't want you to drop them, but they don't have to be too heavy or too tight. Just nice. There we go. Just do again about 10 to 15 of these. And then for the last exercise, we're going to work the opposing muscle group, which is the triceps. So exact same thing as we just did with the rows, but this time we're going to hold the arm up and now we're going to kick it back. All right, so you can use your chair, your bench, pull it up. And it's really hard to keep that elbow up as you get tired. The tendency is to want to kind of bring it down and do this, but we want to keep it up so that we don't work the biceps instead of the triceps. So we just did that. Good, and then here we just switch to the other side. Let me bring this around, bring it up. 2. And it's good to have a mirror or something to look in so you can really check your form when you're doing this. Easy to think we're doing the right thing, and sometimes our body is doing something else because it's tired. Good. And it helps to think about the muscle you're working, which is why I pointed out it's really good to activate those fibers by thinking about the muscle you're trying to work. Okay, that was round 1. Let's get a quick sip of water. So this time I'm going to add a bridge in with the chest press. You can just hold the bridge the whole time if you want, or you can go up and down, which is what I'm going to do. Bridges are great because they work the glutes and the hamstrings. And then of course chest press, we're working the chest, the shoulders, and the triceps. So we're getting a lot of stuff with this one. Again, I'm gonna grab my weights. Okay, so I'm gonna start here. Again, dumbbells right over the shoulders. I'm gonna lift up, and then I'm gonna bring everything down at the same time. Just like this, we're squeezing the booty at the top. Again, you can just hold like this if you want, or you can go up and down. Slow, controlled. I'll do one more. All right. You can really feel that everywhere. All right, and then squat with overhead press. So for this one, what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna hold one heavy dumbbell. You could hold a lighter one if you wanted to. And I'm gonna use this to press as I come out of my squat. I'm gonna take the chair away for this round. So we're gonna be about shoulder or hip width apart with our feet. And then again, we wanna sit back like we're sitting in a chair, and then come up and press. And you really want to keep your chest up. I'll be honest, I don't do a great job. I've got a really tight lower back. So I tend to lean forward a little bit more than you really should, just because my back gets tight. But you want to try to keep your chest as upright as possible. And the key thing here is notice my knees are staying back behind my toes. We don't want to do this. We want to sit back. Okay? So that's the kind of intermediate way you can do it. Bent over rows. For this one, I'm going to do, this is nice because it's a time saver. I'm going to do both arms at the same time. So I'm just going to bend over in my squat position and then squeeze. Turn this way so you can see. Squeeze it back. This is working the biceps as well. So we do this and we do biceps right after. They're a little bit pre-fatigued. Okay, good. The next one for the bicep curls, this time I'm gonna add in a lean back. I'll show you what that is. This really, really works the thighs. I'm gonna do this with my lighter weights. So what you're gonna do now, if you have bad knees, you probably won't wanna do this. Just do your regular bicep curls. But with this, what we're gonna do, start here, toes are down on the ground. I'm just gonna lean back and then come up. So I'm doing a curl with a lean back. So I'm getting the legs in there. Trying not to bend my hips at all. I'm trying to keep my hips straight. Oh, I can really feel those. I think I got about 10. If you ever want to do more, obviously you can just pause the video and do 15 or 20 or whatever. And then for kickbacks on this round, same as with the rows, I'm just gonna pull it up and kick back, just like this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Again, you can go up and do 12 or 15 or even 20 if you want to. Okay, that was round 2. That was kind of our intermediate round. Let me get a quick sip of water here. And then for the last round, I'm gonna add in the stability ball. This is a 65 centimeter one. I just got this at Target, I believe. They sell them, I think, at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Walmart, just about anywhere. So I like it because you can use it as a bench. It's great for core exercises, but you certainly don't have to. If you don't have a ball, you can just do things just like we did in the last round. But I'm gonna use this as my bench. So I'm gonna actually roll out on it and use it to do my bridges. So I'm gonna start sitting right in the middle and then roll out to my low back. I'm sorry, my upper back is supported, and then I can lift my hips into the bridge, and then I'm gonna do my chest press. I'm just gonna hold the bridge on this one. And 10. All right, very good. Now, you could do a stability ball wall squat. I don't have the space in here to do it, so I won't do that today. I'm just gonna go ahead and do another round of my squats with overhead press. You could add another dumbbell if you wanted. I'm gonna stick with the one dumbbell for this. And again, let's do it this way this time. We're just gonna sit back and then press. Now you can also, if you wanna make it a little bit more challenging, you can press as you squat. Again, with my back, it just feels so awkward, but a lot of people can do that. You can, more power to you. It's one of those things where you want the exercise to be challenging, but not so challenging you don't feel like you're getting anything from it. Gotta find that sweet spot. Let's do 2 more. All right, very good. Okay, back to rows. I'm actually gonna, for time's sake, I'm gonna do both arms again. If you wanna make it more challenging, you could always go up to a heavier weight if you have it. If not, we're gonna go back. And this is almost like a deadlift motion. So we're really contracting the glutes and the hamstrings, and then we're just gonna squeeze up. Few more here. Good. And I always think about like holding a, like if you were trying to crack an egg between your shoulder blades, or yeah, that's probably the best one. So kind of squeeze those shoulder blades back. You want to be really intentional about it. Really, the arm is not what we're trying to work. It's the back here. So you want to squeeze those shoulder blades together. All right, lean back with bicep curls. I'm gonna go with heavier weights this time. Get toes down, and then we're just gonna catch ourselves. Oh yeah. Few more. I'm gonna try to keep that elbow right beneath the shoulder. Good. All right. Last one, kickbacks. Now, I could go heavier. For me to do 10s, I'd probably just do one arm at a time. Actually, let me try. Yeah, I can do, okay. So this is the most challenging for me, doing heavier weights, 2 arms. But again, you could do a heavier weight 1 arm. I'm just gonna try to knock this out for time. And here's the thing, if you do less reps because you're using heavier weight, that's totally okay. In fact, in some ways, it's more effective. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Oh. All right, that is it. So we worked everything: chest, shoulders, back, biceps, triceps, glutes, quads, hamstrings. So throughout the rest of the week, we'll target some more areas more specifically, like arms, shoulders, core, a couple core workouts, and lower body. So hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure to drink lots of water and hydrate, and I'll see you on the next one.